In 1815, James Madison and the Democratic Republicans, fresh off the conclusion of the War of 1812 and the political demise of the rival Federalist Party, undertook a remarkable and cynical about-face in their governing philosophy. For over a decade, the party, under the leadership of Thomas Jefferson and Madison himself, had relentlessly attacked the Federalists, characterizing them as monarchists and constitutional usurpers. They had opposed Alexander Hamilton's key programs, the national bank, protective tariffs, and a strong standing military, on the grounds that they were unconstitutional and dangerous to liberty, favoring instead a philosophy of states' rights and strict constructionism. The Democratic Republicans even used the courts and public opinion to persecute Federalist-aligned individuals, with events like the treason trial of Aaron Burr, and constant political attacks effectively silencing opposition. However, the War of 1812 exposed the functional weakness of their anti-Federalist ideology. The national government almost collapsed financially without a central bank, and the small, ill-equipped Army and Navy proved inadequate to prosecute the war. Immediately following the peace, Madison, once the champion of limited government, orchestrated a complete ideological flip-flop that critics decried as a manipulative, unethical, and illegitimate betrayal of their founding principles. In 1816, Madison signed legislation to charter the Second Bank of the United States, an institution he and his party had previously allowed to expire as unconstitutional. He also advocated for and signed the Tariff of 1816, the nation's first purely protective tariff, an economic policy directly inherited from the despised Hamiltonians. Furthermore, he urged Congress to fund a larger standing army and a permanent navy, completely discarding the notion of relying solely on state militias. These actions were essentially the wholesale adoption of the very Federalist program the Democratic Republicans had spent decades, including their entire path to power, condemning as illegal and unethical overreach. This sudden shift solidified their one-party control, but only by cynically absorbing the ideology of the vanquished opposition, leaving Democrats to lament the immoral abandonment of principle for pragmatic national power. The result was a new national consensus, but one founded on the manipulative appropriation of the very policies they had spent years trying to eliminate.